when it comes to third parties, you got 43 safe states. 43 safe states. So why be a part of the collective insanity? Why join in with the collective insanity just to say, hey, you was with the winner or you were with the loser? It's like, not everybody's going to think the same. Why would you expect people to think the same? Oh, you're in a red state and you're going to vote blue? Okay, your vote didn't matter if it's a safe state. Oh, you're in a blue state and you voted red? Oh, wow. Was it a safe state? If it's a safe state, your vote didn't fucking matter. You only got 7 swing states. So if you're not Georgia or Nevada, your vote doesn't fucking matter. Your vote doesn't fucking matter. So when it comes to, you shouldn't expect people to think the exact same thing. So if you're just a goddamn rich fucking billionaire and you're just like, ooh, I want the conservative with liberal breadcrumbs, or ooh, I want the despicable, deplorable. I think Kamala Harris has got this race in the bag. This is Kamala's race to lose. Some folks vote Green, Libertarian, Cornel West, Claudia De La Cruz. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Kamala is a status quo conservative. She's offering a few liberal breadcrumbs. So you take what you can with the electoral politics, if anything at all, and you fight for the rest. Michael Moore is right. The polls are wrong. Kamala's going to win. Kamala is the conservative with liberal breadcrumbs. The only criticisms that's decent against Kamala is coming from the left. You think Donald's going to house the homeless? You think Donald's going to stop the genocide? You think Donald's going to get us universal health care? You think Donald's going to legalize marijuana? You think Donald's going to do a fucking thing that this country needs? I'd like to hear that Kamala is going to stop the genocide. I'd like to hear that Kamala is going to house the homeless or get us universal health care. Legalizing marijuana, I guess that's something. But this is the time to push left. Now is the time to push left, and you push left by voting third party. Don't you motherfuckers understand power? 43 of 50 states are safe states. So that means 43 states are irrelevant. You're literally worthless to the entire goddamn election. Safely Republican, safely Democrat. You waste your vote by voting for the main political party, win or lose. You distinguish yourself by voting third party. When the election happens, what I want to see, there's 2 things I want to see. Did any third parties make any traction anywhere? Did any of the third parties get 5% or above? And more importantly, are there any faithless electors? Because all you needed was one faithless elector. All you need to do is, I guess I'm interested in Nebraska and Maine. You got 2 districts in Nebraska and Maine, but if you have any faithless electors, and you got to let them go. The Democrats will pick the slate, the Republicans will pick the slate, and you expect them to vote the way that they're supposed to, but they get up there and they don't. You pick them. They're the electors. They're the ones that vote for the president. They voted for somebody else. So on November 5th, it's not going to be the end. He's going to say, he's going to cry foul. So this is going to go on to the Electoral College, which is what, a month, 2, and then you got the certification. The Electoral College vote is when the presidential election is truly, officially over. Kamala just recently said that there's nothing that Biden did that she would have done differently. Not a goddamn thing. So, if Kamala wins, well then half the states are a bunch of despicable deplorables who's A-okay with genocide. And if Donald wins, then that means you got half the country that's a bunch of right-wing conservative status quo Joes who's okay with genocide. She could try to influence Joe, call Netanyahu, cut the purse string, stop vetoing UN resolutions which condemn the mass slaughter of innocents. There's options. If you tried, you're working around the clock on the ceasefire. Around the clock on a ceasefire. I saw you on Howard Stern. I mean, that's not working round the clock. Like, that's just kind of shit you say, right? So those would be the 2 biggest questions. Were any third parties, did they make any traction? 1, 2%? No, come on, 5%. And then most importantly, did any of those electors turn into faithless electors, which means that they're independent, so they're not going to vote for the Democrat or Republican slate. They're going to vote for Ron Paul, or they're going to vote for Bernie Sanders, or they're going to vote for Mickey Mouse, or they're going to vote for Jill Stein. Because if you deprive the 2 main candidates of a majority, then the House contingent election is triggered. Now you have a chance These third parties trying to run a national campaign is kind of silly anyways. Jill Stein should just focus on fucking Utah. Nebraska, Maine, those 2 districts, and fucking Utah. Try to win a goddamn state. Just stay in the state the whole time. Shake everybody's hand. Because if you can get those faithless electors, then there's a chance. That'll be what I'll look for on election day. And I'm making this video so I'll remind myself when I have a nice clear head what I want. I want a bold progressive agenda. You take what you get with electoral politics and you fight for the rest, which means you fight for the rest. We've always been on our own. When the fuck has anybody ever gave a fuck? A nation that's going to watch a genocide isn't really, well, they're not good mothers or fathers or neighbors or friends or citizens or city councilmen or mayors. They're not really good countrymen. They're not good at all. Not that tall. Not at all. So come on, faithless electors. Give me some fucking hope. Because seems like if Donald or Kamala wins, we're all a bunch of losers.